producer.
Hey, I'm looking for Mrs. Bubblegum. Yeah, you know I need the sweet love, cocoa butter kisses that I could only dream of. Making people want the love we have when they see us. I love ya, I want ya, girl, I really need ya. Is it real? Is it real? See, I don't wanna question it. Is it real? Is it real? I think that's a definite. I thank God every day, cause yeah, she really heaven sent. See, God don't make mistakes. My baby's really evidence. Kisses on the cheek that I can't get enough of. You keep the smile on my face from sun up to sun up. I take you out on dates and I could buy you roses. See, I know this ain't perfection, but this really the closest. The fussing and the fighting isn't necessary. The Valentine's for us is not only in February. Anything you want, man, you can get it out of me. See, I just ask for loyalty, man. Show me that you down for me.
Oh, ooh, wrong time. Yo, we are back once again. Baller Central. It's Thursday, so you know what that means. NBA Pod, our second one back. We talked about the Western Conference last week. We're here to talk about the Eastern Conference this week. A majority of where our fandom is on Baller Central: Celtics, Knicks, and yeah, because Elijah's a Mavericks fan, so everyone else is Celtics or Knicks fan. So hey, that's where it resides. If you're new here, welcome. We are live. We try to go live twice every week. We're also live on all the audio platforms. We usually upload them right after the live. So if you want to hear us and don't have time to watch us, go check us all out on all the audio platforms. Go check us out on our socials: Baller Central, IG, Twitter, Facebook, etc. We also have a gaming page. So hey, we're here to talk basketball. But before we do, how are you doing today, my co-host of the day, Mr. John?
I'm doing very good. I'm doing very, very good. You know, it's doing good. I'm happy we're doing these lives, Phil. Lives are a little bit better than pre-recorded, but we are going to come out with some pre-recorded sessions soon. Yeah, I'm doing good. Just interesting. How are you doing?
Hey, absolutely tremendous, as one of our friends would say. We're here to talk about the Eastern Conference. You know, both of our favorite teams are in this conference, so I'm excited to always talk. And we're in the same division, so I'm always excited to talk about our team's basketball. So we're gonna do the same. We're gonna do the same thing as I did last week. We're just gonna go through team by team. Some might be fast, some might be a little longer on time. Just talk about what they did this offseason and what our expectations are going into this upcoming season. So
I hear that. Phil, can you give me a second? Just tell me how you spent your day real quick. I just need to get something in the background. It'll take me less than 5 seconds.
Yeah. I mean, so far, just day going out, just relaxing, getting ready for the pod, do some quick research before we get on. And we're going to do everything by division. So we're going to do the less important divisions first. And then we're basically going to try to stack everything how we do like last week. We're going to do division, 5 teams, division, 5 teams, division, 5 teams. And at the end of the episode, we're going to record a tier list where we think each team is going to end up at the end of the season. So last week, I think we did the worst division to the best division. This week, we're doing the same thing. I believe we're going into, let's see, the West first? Not the West, but we're going to the Southeast, Central, and then Atlantic, since Atlantic is looking like one of the best divisions this year so far. So
you're right about that, Phil. I just wanted to get my hat. My bad. Sorry about it.
All good. So we're going to kick things off. And we found a little website, Basketball Reference, which a lot of people use for stats and analytics and stuff like that. But they also have a recap of everyone's off season. So the Wizards, obviously, we know they're probably going to be a bottom tier team. They even lost one of the best passers, Tyus Jones, as well. So it's basically just Jordan Poole and Kyle Kuzma playing iso ball. But they did draft someone that me and John both hate at the moment, Alex Sarr. So How are you feeling about the Wizards this year?
I hope they really suck. Although I like Sadiq Bey, Malcolm Brogdon's. I think he's a good player. Who else did they add?
I agree.
Their team
John
sucked
Butler,
last year, though. Other than Tyus Jones, I mean, what
not
did
not
they
a lot of
lose?
noteable names. Yeah,
What did they lose last year?
they also got
Hold
Jonas
on.
Valanciunas as well.
Did they? They got Valanciunas. That is a shocker. I'm not going to front. He'll help with Star. He'll help with his development. But hopefully he takes more away from Star personally. Because I hope that guy. I don't know. He said he didn't. Didn't he say he didn't want to go to where? Where was the first overall pick?
Atlanta.
Yeah, he didn't want to go to Atlanta. He'd rather go to Washington. Okay, cool. Go to Washington. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. All right. Washington has not done anything. All right. And if you continue to have not done anything, we're going to point that out. I'm just pointing that out. I'm just saying. All right. Who am I? You know what I mean? But I'm just saying.
Yep. So a lot of nothing this year, just last year. That's our expectation.
Because Phil, no offense, but like I know we've been talking. We'll get into the NBA season and stuff, and we could talk about expansion teams or teams that deserve a team, or we can talk about the Oakland A's losing their baseball team or whatever. Washington doesn't deserve a basketball team. Washington's been playing like there should be relegations in the NBA. All right, so no offense, they need to step it up. I don't mean to be like that, but Phil, you ready to move on to the next franchise? Team? Absolutely. I don't know if it's them, their owner, their ambitions, whatever.
Probably everything above. I'm just tweeting out that we are live right now, sending out the signal to people that want to watch us that we are live, right? You should follow our socials so you get the notifications.
I do. Love that. Love you doing that.
Next team is the Charlotte Hornets. I just got to move up. Now the Charlotte Hornets, they're going to get LaMelo Ball back, so hopefully he can stay healthy. But like we said, it all depends on health.
Is it? So Phil, let's talk about the elephant in the room. Michael Jordan being out of this equation finally. You think this team has a brighter future? Did he sell his team?
Yes, because Michael Jordan is a terrible owner.
That's the only thing he's bad at. But I mean, I don't know. Who is one to judge? Who is one to judge?
So in the offseason, Harry Giles, they added Taj Gibson. So they added the old-time Nick. Now Tom Thibodeau can't call him in the middle of the season and say, hey, we need you for minutes.
They're going to cut him by the All-Star break. I know he is. He'll be back in New York. Don't worry about it.
Probably. Yes, yeah. So not a lot. They also traded for Josh Green in that PJ Washington trade as well. So, yeah, there's not a lot of movement that happened for Charlotte this offseason. I don't see him as a competitive team just yet. They're still young. LaMelo, Miles Bridges. They traded away PJ Washington, so they don't got a lot of people outside of those two. So not a lot of expectations for them.
And I think their defense might be down because of the lack of PJ Washington. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they like to move fast, but they cannot play defense or stop the ball.
At all.
Right. So next one, we're going to a team that we just talked about with Alexander Starr, the Atlanta Hawks. So they lost Sadiq Bey, they lost some other people, but they also lost DeJounte Murray in that Pelicans trade because obviously DeJounte Murray and Trae Young was not working out. They added Dyson Daniels from that DeJounte Murray trade, so a nice two-way guard to replace him. Not a lot from Atlanta either. They kept Jalen Johnson's looking to be their lone bright spot. Capella's still there. Who else? Herter is to the Hawks. They still have Bogdan. They just drafted Alex.
Who did they add? Scroll down a little bit.
From France. So
who did they add? Scroll down a little bit.
Yeah, not much.
Sometimes they put some recap. I don't know if they added like a Larry Nance. All right, I like Larry Nance. I like that with Trae Young. Phil, let's address the elephant in the room. Do you think Trae Young will be traded by the All-Star break? By the trade deadline?
No, I think he plays out his contract and then leaves. Well,
in Atlanta.
How much years does he have left in his contract?
We'll have to Google
that. I think. Yeah, but
it's coming up because
I don't expect anything from his Hawks team. Yeah.
So, I mean.
Yeah, but for me personally, I don't expect anything from this Hawks team at all. So I'm going to say that Trae Young, if you want to win, get the hell out of there. because ever since that Eastern Conference trip against the Phillies, I believe, not the Phillies, the 76ers, what have they really done?
I hear that.
They've just been settling and not making it on they haven't changed their team like in the slightest. They've
He has
lost
2
pieces,
more years on
Kevin
a
Huerter,
on a 5-year deal.
So I think he plays out this year, and then they might entertain the possibility of trading him for better pieces next year.
Sure.
So that's how I see the season playing out. But who knows with the Hawks?
Do you think they're mid, or do you think they're a bottom playoff team?
They'll probably be fighting for play-in, but I wouldn't be surprised if they're one of the worst teams in the league. Just because they lost somewhat defense with DeJounte Murray. King Capella is one-dimensional. Jalen Johnson.
I really like Larry Nance. I know that's stupid, but I like Larry Nance and I like Trae Young. I think they need to figure out what kind of team they're going to be, because they were supposed to win with Murray, and because they didn't, you know what I mean? It's like, I don't. It's they need a new identity. That's all I'm trying to say.
That's true. Also, a team that definitely needs an identity, the Miami Heat. They were at 8th seed last year. They beat the Sixers to get into the playoffs, but Jimmy Butler injury and a lot of different other injuries, they lost to the Celtics in, I think, 5 games in the first round. So this offseason, they added Josh Christopher, Alec Burks. Let's see who else. I think they added someone else that was like noteworthy. Nazir Little for defense. I don't think that much. Yeah, these are basically draft picks. Isaiah Stevens. Oh, they added a promising rookie who looks like a lot of people are saying the next Derek Lively and Khalil Ware. Okay. Other than that, they didn't have a promising offseason either. And hold on, sorry. Oh. They also lost Caleb Martin, Patty Mills, and some other people, but it might be time to I wouldn't say pull the plug on the Heat, but because Bam Adebayo, Tyler Hero, and Jimmy Butler. Yeah. I just don't think that you can win a championship or like make a long playoff run with those 3 guys.
I hear you, and I get that. I get that. I'm just saying that the Heat are somebody that, like, for example, I don't know who Joshua Christopher is. I'm gonna be honest with you. I really don't know who that guy is, but he might be the next, Caleb Martin. You know what I mean? I didn't know who Caleb Martin was either. They find people out of nowhere. They found Duncan Robinson at a D2 school. You know what I mean? Transferred up for like 1 year for D1. You know what I mean? So like it's really about their mentality, and I love their culture. All right, they're a very hardworking, tough team. Alec Burke is somebody who's, Heat culture is good. I mean, they're a team that got implemented in the '90s, and they have 2 different finals runs with Shaq and Wade, and then Wade and LeBron. You know what I mean? And then like they almost had one with Jimmy, which is stellar compared to watching the Knicks play for years. You know what I mean? Where you don't even come close to the playoffs. So it's just like I really like Pat Riley's system, and I love the Heat overall just because they promoted from within. Do you know what I mean? Eric Spoelstra was a film guy. You know what I mean? And moved up. I'm waiting on to see what the Heat do. The Heat have always been, I don't want to say my second favorite team, but they have always been in a sense. No, I'm not saying with LeBron or anything. I'm just saying like I like the fact that they're underdogs. I like that they got that grit. You know what I mean? There's someone I admire from afar. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. I feel like that's been always one of their biggest problems, them being an underdog. Just
you don't like that?
I feel like they've been No, I feel like they've been underdogs for like what 10, 15 years already?
Yeah.
Since LeBron left?
Yeah. That's perfect.
So what moves are you going to make to make sure you're not underdogs anymore?
I hear that.
They've carried the hope on, hey, let's get some no-name guys to help pitch in to make it a long run, even though it's only worked like once and you guys didn't win a championship off of it. So
they had 2 long runs and they've upset the Celtics a bunch. I don't mean to be like that. Yeah, I said it.
Hey,
up until last year, you were upset by the Heat. How many times? Twice? 2 different playoff runs?
Yeah, twice. I think we beat them twice. So yeah.
Yeah, but it's been back and forth to a team that has been an underdog. No offense. I don't mean to be like that. Y'all were struggling against them. So I hear what you're saying, but like that's the culture I want. I don't need a big star. As much as I want Dwayne Wade or LeBron James, of course, I need to create people like Duncan. You know what I mean? You need those guys. But what I'm saying is like Jimmy Butler needs to stay healthy, and that's realistically their biggest problem. He can't.
They got to move on from Butler.
I understand that. They do. And Bam Adebayo is really going to take hold of that team because he's going to carry it for the next 4 or 5 years.
He's going to have to. Yeah, because I think
and he's going to need to get him help. But like
they didn't have the bubble run was the last time they had a great run, and then what? The Nuggets and Heat series. So what? They're just gonna go off every 4 or 5 random years, and who knows how long Jimmy Butler has? Because we've seen Tyler Hero every single summer be on the trade market and don't get traded, even though people might or might not be interested. So they just gotta make moves to make sure they stay up to par with the Bucks, the Sixers, the Knicks, the Celtics, etc. Because
hold on,
trying to be.
You said the Bucks and the Sixers. The Heat are already better than them. All right, for the last 5 years, the Heat have been better than those teams. All right,
I would say 5 years.
The one. All right, not 5 because Giannis won that 5-year, right?
Yeah, Giannis won championships though.
Okay, but at the championship that everybody marks down is like the baby championship because everyone else got hurt, right? I'm just saying. Okay, so my point. So hear me out. Those organizations have repeatedly failed and failed. All right, let's say the last 3 years. All right, the last 3 years, those organizations have failed to even come close to a finals championship. And I mean, I get what you're saying. Miami is a big ticket organization. It should be. It should be acting like it, no doubt. I hear that. They need to transition, no doubt. But Bam Adebayo been working his butt off. I'm just saying. They've been working their butt off in South Beach. I'm working with nothing. So I'm just saying, I got to stick up for him right here.
Get him some help.
I'm trying. I hope. You know what I mean? I don't know who their GM is. I'm going to do some research on that. I'm going to do some research on the GM. Yeah,
because Jimmy Butler is what? Mid-30s. So, maybe low 40s. I mean, not. Maybe high 30s, but he's mid-30s.
Jimmy Butler would be competing on a championship-like team as a role player, realistically, right? He'd be an amazing six-man, would he not? A six-man?
I think he'll be like what your third, second best player.
Sure. I mean, he could start too, but what I'm saying is like he's not that guy who's going to take someone all the way. You know what I mean? We can agree on that.
He's got there. He just hasn't finished the job. So yeah, technically, yeah.
No, but you know what I mean? I mean, and especially now in his career with his age.
Yeah.
So it's like that's all I'm saying. I totally get what you're saying. They need to trade him and they need to make him for Pete. But like, who's going to take a 30-something-year-old? You know what I mean? They need to find somebody. I don't know. They need to find somebody else or something.
Yeah. I mean, they missed on Damian Lillard, who I think that would have given him a better chance just because, they got screwed up by Giannis last second. But I just think that you have one of the best bigs in the league with Bam Adebayo, but you have nothing but role players around him, minus, Jimmy. And you can say, I don't know how I feel about Tyler Hero, just because sometimes he can be decent, sometimes he can be inconsistent. So I don't think he should be your second or third best player on a championship team. He's more like a sixth man or maybe like your fourth or fifth best player.
You're not wrong on Tyler Hero, but I think he's gonna have some moments this year. I think that's what's gonna get him traded. Some moments this year for him. I don't know. Hopefully good moments.
Because the way they've been talking about him almost getting traded every single year so far. Yeah, I don't know how that affects him and how he's playing right now. So yeah.
And it's toxic, right? It's toxic to do that. Yeah.
Yeah. So enough about the Heat. Let's talk about the Orlando Magic.
Oh, bro. Talk about an upcoming team. This team.
Yep. Last year, they got knocked out by the Cavs in the first round through 7 games. A lot of promise from a lot of different players. Franz Wagner showed promise. Paulo Banchero showed to be the number 1 overall pick. A lot of different other players as well. But they also stole a player from the Denver Nuggets who are getting weaker by the year. Contavious Caldwell-Pope, one of the best 3-and-D players in the league. So, and the one thing they needed help on was defense and 3-point shooting, and KCP provides both. So, I really like the Magic this year. I really do.
I hear that. You really like KCP? You really think this move really puts them into like maybe the second round of the playoffs?
It should.
Okay. He's a little veteran.
Diggs, how you doing? Thank you for tuning in.
He's a veteran presence too, right? On that team, on that really young team.
He's won a championship with Denver. He provides much needed, veteran leadership as well. I think that the Magic will probably win the division here. I don't like a lot of these other teams in this division to win it, but if I had to choose someone to break out and win this division, it would probably be the Orlando Magic because I don't trust the Hawks, Hornets, or Wizards. The biggest competition will be the Heat just because they have the experience, but I think they do have the youth and the talent to try to overcome Miami. So they're my favorite team in this division.
They have a deeper bench.
I think Paulo Banchero takes even a bigger step this year.
Sure, but don't you think the Magic have
they have a lot of guards like Cole Anthony.
Yeah.
They have the better overall team than Miami, if we're being honest. But
yeah, but you can't. Jimmy's not injured yet. You know what I mean? You can't just I hear you, but they got to beat him. He plays two way. Like he's. I don't know. I don't know how to say it. All right, what do you want to go to next? Sorry about that.
Next up, we're going to the Central Division. We're going to go to Detroit basketball. Detroit Pistons. Oof, I know that's a nasty topic to talk on just because they have been bottom tier ever since probably the Pistons left, the Chauncey Billups ones. And they were one of the worst teams last year. They were on the nasty-ass losing streak where even Wingstop was trying to hype them up with a win to get wings. So they
fired their head coach, right? I don't want to talk about that.
Yep.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
They fired their head coach. That's a good thing. Coach. I really don't like their ads. I'm sorry. I hate their ads.
Yeah, so they added Tim Hardaway Jr. from the Mavs, and they added Tobias Harris, who both were problems on the respective teams. Tobias Harris was a problem on Philly, and Tim Hardaway Jr. was a chuckaholic on the Mavs. So
they did add Beasley. Okay. You know what I mean? This team's not horrible. I think I do like the Pistons. Okay. You know, I like Jaden Ivey. He's my dude. You know what I mean? Like I think Cabe Cunningham's going to be really good. They re-signed him. It's I don't know. I want to say they're going to have the same type of season, but I'm hopeful that anything is better. You know what I mean? They're like the Wizards to me. If they don't light their hair on fire, they did a good job, but they probably will. Because last year they didn't even play Jaden Ivey for half the year.
Yeah, I think this will probably be the same dimension, around like the same area, same team, sort of. Sure. But I think they'll have a couple more wins since they'll learn from last year and a different.
They got better on the second half of the year.
Yeah, so I think we won't see like the sorry ass Pistons, but I think we'll see like maybe below average sort of Pistons. We'll see a better Pistons than last year, but not by much.
This is a young team too, and Tobias Harris has a lot to prove. You know what I mean? So does Hardaway Jr. You know what I mean? You're going to Detroit. You know what I mean? Like, do you want to be in Detroit? No. So ball out.
Yeah, because Tobias Harris started in Detroit, so full circle.
I mean, hey.
Okay, so now the Bulls, they done some nasty work over the past 2 or 3 off seasons. They had chances to rebuild and move top players for top dollar, but they decided to say, "Hey, we're going to hold on to them and try and get even worse weapons." So, what did they do? They lost Alex Caruso. They got Josh Giddey in return, and they lost DeMar DeRozan as well. So,
I'm going to be very alone in this statement, but I like Josh Giddey. I don't think he's a horrible player. I think I mean, they should have gotten way more for him. I think you're right, but
no, yeah,
at least they got Josh Giddey. At least they got Josh Giddey. You know what I mean? Like what I'm saying is like at a certain point, it just runs out. You know what I mean? Like the money runs out. So at least you got Josh Giddey. But
I like Josh Giddey too. But with Kobe White and Ayo Dosunmu like on the verge of going on an onward trend, it's gonna be hard for Giddey to try to get his shine. Especially he had trouble with that on OKC with SGA in them. So
he did.
I think it might be more of a battle between those positions as well. So. I mean, with the Bulls, Zach LaVine is rumored to be traded before the deadline as well. So they sounded just pull the trigger and say full rebuild, send everyone out. They still got to send Vucevic out, LaVine, and just build around Ayo or start the rebuilding process with Ayo Dosunmu and Mr. Kobe White because it's not looking good for Chicago for the future.
I really like Kobe White, but I feel like the Chicago's going to do it and they're going to trade him. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, they probably get more value in return for Kobe White than Zach LaVine at this point.
Sure, that's insane. That's insane. Yeah. But with contracts and stuff, it makes sense.
Yeah, because he's been one of the rising stars, young players in the league, Kobe White. So
true. How do you see the Bulls team doing though? Trash.
I think they'll flirt with a play-in, but I think they'll barely miss it. So yeah,
I like that.
I don't think they'll be one of the worst teams in the league, but I don't think they'll be fighting for like a solidified playoff spot.
Nice.
Yeah. Another team that I questioned the GM moves about, the Cleveland Cavaliers, LeBron's former home.
Hey, man. Now they can only do so much.
Yep, because who wants the vacation in Cleveland, right?
I mean, I hear you. They got a lot more talent ever since LeBron left. Do you notice that? They got Donovan Mitchell. They got the Fro. You know what I mean? They drafted well. You know what I mean? Like the NBA must be against LeBron because the Cleveland Cavaliers must hate him because they don't do well when he's there. I'm just like, no offense. I'm like, you could say whatever about like whoever they added. I mean, it's just they re-signed a bunch of people. I know. Yeah. They didn't really add anybody interesting. They re-signed a bunch of people to me. That's the only thing.
Yeah. Honestly, I think this is going to be one of those stuck in the mud type of teams because this team was like on its peak like 2-3 years ago. When everyone was always hyped about him, but there was rumors about Garland versus Donovan Mitchell, who's going to leave, who's going to go. There's rumors about Mobley or Jared Allen, who's going to go, and not a lot of development, positive development from either one. So I don't know. I just think they didn't improve at all. They're still the same team, so expect the same results. I think they'll be like a top 5, top 6 playoff team, but I don't expect them making any noise, just like last year. So
wait, Mobley went to Philly?
Isaiah Mobley. Yeah.
Really?
His brother.
Oh, okay. His brother.
Yeah, his brother went to Philly.
Okay, I thought that was him.
Yeah,
I was
Isaiah
like,
Mobley.
oh my
Evan
God.
Mobley stayed.
Okay. I was like, bro, Evan Mobley is like great. You know what I mean? Like you just let him go to Philly, and like that wasn't the first thing on my news feed. Okay, cool.
Yeah, that was
I didn't know they were doing that. I didn't know they had brothers on the team. That's nice for them.
Oh yeah,
There's a lot of family.
Well, not anymore.
Yeah, I hear that.
So next up in the same division, the Indiana Pacers. Now, this team went to the conference finals last year.
Phil, this is your team.
Versus the Celtics. I believe they got swept.
Yeah,
they are one of my favorite teams. So
this is your second team. If you had a second team, this would probably be it.
Yeah. So yeah, they had a better year than everyone expected. Not a lot of people expected a Celtics versus Pacers matchup in the Eastern Conference Finals, except for Waleed of our squad. But hey, he called it.
Hey, called it Waleed. Hell yeah.
Yeah. Just like a lot of the East, injuries caught up to them. Hallie got injured in that series, and eventually they got swept. So I think they sort of stayed like the same team. But I know they have a year with Pascal under their belt, so it'll be a lot more different chemistry this year. I think the biggest thing with them this year is they just got to worry about defense because they were obviously one of like the top 5, top 6 offensive teams stat wise, but they did not play a lick of defense, which was the downfall. So we already know you're good offensively, but you guys got to lock in defensively, and Hallie has to have a more consistent season because he was hot first half, but then he cooled down the second half. So it's all about consistency and defense with this team for me.
I'm going to talk about something stupid. Okay. I hear that. I'm going to talk about something stupid right here real quick. A sneaky ad by them. James Wiseman. I like that a little bit. I'm just saying he's young still, is he not?
Yeah, some nice big man depth. Yeah, he is.
So I mean, what I'm saying is like realistically, he's a top 3 pick. I mean, he didn't work out realistically where he was before, and now he signed with the Pistons. If he could somehow turn this around, this is a huge ad for Indiana. It's an insane ad for a top 5 team. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
If he could somehow turn it around, if the coaching could work with him.
Yeah, because the Warriors and Pistons, I don't know why they.
But think about it.
He had plenty of opportunity. So
think about it. If you're the Warriors, why do you not stash this guy? You have nothing now. You know what I mean? And then on the Pistons, I will evaluate that's a bad coaching. That was bad coaching. That was not getting him in, and that was bad coaching. And I mean, I'm not saying the Indiana's got to play this guy day one, but what I'm saying is like work with him. This is a top 5 pick. This is a top 5 pick that could turn into something. He's not like anything but young and like raw. I'm just saying. I don't know.
Yeah. So
I'm a little annoyed at New York for letting this slide. Are you serious? But all right, whatever. We needed a center. We can't bring in this guy.
Yeah, because I think you guys are without Robinson until like just January, December.
So it was a whatever. I mean, I get it. He's young. He's untapped. We shouldn't bring him to New York, but Indiana getting him is just like give him Toppin, give him whatever. You know what I mean? Jeez.
Yeah. So next up, the last team in the Central Division, the Milwaukee Bucks. Not a lot of added from them either. They got knocked out in the first round again, but this time it was by the Pacers. Giannis was hurt. Dame was hurt. So injuries was probably the main reason why they got knocked out. another year, another aging roster for once again. Someone that's been waiting to get back to the NBA Finals ever since the Phoenix Suns and Bucks series. So I don't know. I'm kind of mixed about this. I don't think it'll happen either, just because I think that one of the biggest downfalls is just like the Pacers, their defense. Yes, you have great scorers in Giannis and Dame, but Dame's not known to be a great defender. And I think the Drew Holiday swap, him going to Boston, kind of took out a lot of the air in that team's defense, since he covered a lot of the mistakes of the defense from them. So. Yeah,
they moved on from some key pieces. They lost Beasley to Detroit. Giannis's brother didn't resign. Pat Bev didn't resign. Jake Ryder didn't resign. Gallinari didn't resign. I mean, there's a lot to talk about in terms of what they left out. You know what I mean? They got a first-round draft pick, which is nice. But I mean, it starts from the top. It starts from coaching. And no offense, I don't believe Doc Rivers is going to get them there. All right, let's put that out there. Let's put that out there right now.
You got Doc. Yeah.
He's not going to get them there. He literally was advising the coach of the Milwaukee Bucks, and then he became the coach of the Milwaukee Bucks. And then guess what happened? Oh, his two players got injured, and he couldn't compete anymore as a coach, yada, yada, yada. Let's give him one more year. It'll be the same exact thing. If they don't win, Phil, mark my words, if the Milwaukee Bucks do not win a championship there, why does he have a job? I'm asking that. I'm asking that question point blank, period.
Oh.
Dame's going to be healthy. So is Giannis. There's no excuses here. There's no excuses. Go ahead, Phil. Sorry about it.
You know what they did to help the coaching staff?
What?
They added Darvin Ham.
They added the guy back. They really added him back.
They added Darvin Ham, who was the Lakers head coach for the last 2 or 3 years, which everyone hated and complained about the same problems as Doc Rivers. So you have two of the most underwhelming head coaches of the last couple of years on the same roster. So it's going to be very interesting. Also, did you hear what Giannis said in the news recently?
No, what did Giannis say? Did Darvin Ham used to coach in Detroit or Milwaukee? Because I think he was like an assistant coach somewhere in the Central.
He used to play for Milwaukee.
Okay, that's what it was. Sorry about that. What did he say though? My bad. Sorry about first stopping you.
So Giannis basically said, if I don't win a championship, I would expect the Bucks to trade me.
Good. That's what did I just predict? What did I just predict? So Giannis is getting a trade. Look at that. Look at that.
I think it's a little weird, just because I think he's saying he's basically saying, I know I have a good chance of failing just because of certain situations, so I won't feel bad if I get traded. Yeah, so
here's what it is. So, where are you gonna get traded to though? For who?
Yeah, Golden State to play with Steph. Watch.
Shit. For what?
That's their future.
What? Yeah. Okay.
But hey, so yeah, that's the Bucks. I think they'll be a deep playoff team, but I don't think they're winning a championship anytime soon. I think they've already won their one championship with Giannis, so but we'll see. There's a lot of season. Next, we're gonna go to our division, our main division, the Atlantic Division.
The real division.
Yeah, we have Nets, we have Knicks, we have Celtics, because TJ's a Nets fan. So
let's start with the fakest team on the list, the Nets. Let's start with
Nets,
them.
Yes.
Yeah.
Fakest. Wow.
Yeah, fakest. Yeah, well, I mean, that's what happens when you lose to move to another state. I mean, they're fake. They're a fake-ass team. Sorry about it. They can't win a championship. They don't know what it takes. What do you want me to say? They need to rebuild from the bottom up, and we're going to talk about it. Let's get it.
Oh, so also they also helped the Celtics and Mavericks make it to the NBA Finals, because Kyrie, former Net, Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, former picks that were traded for the Nets. So thank you.
My point. Yeah, I don't. Yeah. Sorry,
I mean, they traded Mikal Bridges finally to the New York Knicks. So
it was a good trade. That was a good trade for them. That was a good trade.
Yeah. They probably knew that the era was over with him and Cam Johnson, because I don't believe that Mikal Bridges should be the best player on any championship team or championship aspiring team. So, yeah, they're probably fully committing to rebuild now, since they knew if Mikal Bridges was there, they're probably going to let Cam Thomas do whatever he wants. To try to get whatever stats he wants, because they know they're not going to do anything important for I don't know how long. And there's, it's NBA season when we see the Ben Simmons highlight tape and hype going around. So,
true.
Do we actually expect Ben Simmons to have a decent season, or we got to wait and see?
I have more out of Kogi Young. I'm saying his name super wrong. Scroll all the way down to the bottom. This guy from China. I'm excited for him. He's an undrafted free agent. I want to see what he does. Let's get it.
The Grizzlies
Also,
also
Shane
have
Milton.
a
Oh,
Asian
the
one.
guy from Japan. Oh my God, I can't wait to talk about him. That's gonna be so much fun. Hopefully, he makes the team.
Oh, see,
he's an undrafted free agent, but I mean, hey, there's someone.
Yep, we'll say Kui Young-ji.
Kui Young-ji. We're hoping for you.
Hey,
we hate the Nets, but I'm rooting for you.
Gian Leon, Jeremy Lin, the Brooklyn Nets Asians are back. So hey
man.
Nice. But
hey,
yeah,
man.
I don't see much from the Nets. I just think they'll be one of the bottom tier teams in the league as always.
I'm hoping they produce. I'm hoping they create a hardworking culture. I'm hoping they start from the bottom. You know what I mean? From the bottom up. You know what I mean? It's gonna be a good time for them. I think there's a lot of positives gonna come out of there, but I don't think one of them is Ben Simmons. So, let's move on.
So, next, the Toronto Raptors. They were teetering on the play-in, but I think they barely missed the playoffs. Last year, they made the big move of trading for Scotty Barnes and they traded for RJ Barrett and Mr. Emmanuel quickly with the Knicks, and they traded away OG Anunoby. So this will be a first full season with RJ Barrett, Scotty, IQ, and others. So
I'm excited for it.
I'm excited for the Raptors as well. I think they make some noise. I think they at least make the playoffs. So they're definitely talented enough to be in the playoffs as a top 8 team. So
I would like them to be a play-in team. I think it would be really fun to watch them. I think these young guys have a really something to bring to you know what I mean? They've got something to bring to that city, and if they can make a decent run, I mean, it'd be fun to watch.
Yeah. So yeah, hopefully we see some nice basketball from them because the Raptors haven't been relevant for a while ever since Kawhi left. So it's nice to see that out of them.
I mean, they had Siakam. Siakam was that dude, but it's almost nicer to see Siakam in a better situation. You know what I mean? In Indy.
Right. So next up, we're going to talk about most likely the 3 top teams in the East, maybe top 4. First up, the Philadelphia 76ers. They shipped Tobias Harris out. They got PG in return. Maxey. They also drafted Jared McCain, who a lot of people are hyped about. Especially me. I'm excited to see what this rookie can do. But a lot of bad news starting off the season. Joel Embiid said he's probably done with playing back-to-backs his career, so he'll probably be playing every other game this season, and you probably won't be seeing any major awards from him since he'll probably be sitting most of the season out anyways, trying to get healthy for the playoffs.
He's not even going to start the season on time, though. So, I mean to be like that, but...
And then Paul George as well. He suffered a nasty leg injury, I think a game or two ago. In the preseason, he hyperextended his knee. The coach said he'll be okay, but it looks like we won't be seeing a lot of Paul George throughout the season as well. So it'll be a lot of load management for this Sixers team into the playoffs. So how
they
are we
made the
feeling about
playoffs?
this team? If they
make the playoffs,
can Tyrese Maxey carry once again?
I'm gonna be the a-hole to say it. He shouldn't have played. Embiid should not have played for the Olympics. He shouldn't have got the gold medal. He should have just sat out. He should have rested himself. He should have took care of his body more. I think he did a decent job at the Olympics. All right, we were criticizing him before the Olympics. I think he played better than I expected him to play. But realistically, I get the no back-to-backs for him. Hopefully Paul George plays more. He's a great player. I want to see him on the 76ers floor more often. I'm a little annoyed that he injured himself in the preseason. I'm just saying that, like, I want this team to be a team, but I also don't want to fear this team. You know what I mean?
Because
like
I
mean, no.
Why.
I mean, hey.
Because you want your team better, absolutely, yeah.
No, we went to the play, but like realistically, Embiid against that series, I still think we win. I still think we take it to 7 when we win. I don't mean to be like that. And Jalen Russell was playing that good. Not even Genzo was hitting those threes. So I mean, I want to see them fully healthy when we beat them again. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if they could just rest up, that would be nice.
Yeah, for the Sixers, for Embiid, I think it would have been the same thing even if he didn't play in the Olympics.
Really?
Just because you saw the torture he was going through during that Knicks series. He was so drugged up, his eyes were twitching. I think he would have been this statement of him not playing back-to-backs would have happened regardless if he played.
No. I get that. But like, he's not even going to start the season. Like, what I'm saying is that he didn't go to the Olympics, he would have at least started the season. You don't think so?
because you saw how bad that playoff series against the Knicks was on him even before the Olympics.
No, I understand that, but 4 to 5 months of playing is not helping you rest. You know what I'm saying? Like you're gonna rest to start the season now.
Let's be honest.
Just what it is.
This man's body's been beyond broken for I don't know how long. I don't think the 45 months would have made a difference.
Hold on. I feel like it would. All right, he's still all right as of this moment. He's still an MVP conversationalist. All right, even if he doesn't play, he should be in the conversation. Him fully healthy is a top 5 player in this league, is it not?
Yeah,
a fully healthy Embiid.
We saw the warning signs ever since he got drafted. He missed the first 2 seasons of his career.
I understand. There's a lot rookies go through that they really hurt themselves at the beginning of their career, and then at the end they savor it. I'm not trying to say he's got something to savor, and I'm not trying to really stick up for Joel Embiid. Phil, you're really making me stick up for the Sixers right now. That's what you're really trying to have me do.
It's your choice.
It's really killing me. It's killing me. No, but Joel Embiid, you can't just say that about Joel Embiid. He's that guy.
I mean, isn't about that guy? And isn't that honest though? He's been injury prone. Like
he's been injury prone. No, he has been injury prone. I'm saying that he's not broken down yet. Like what I'm saying is like he's a car. Like, this man is a truck. This man is like a Ford, like a Ferrari. You know what I mean? I'm not saying he's the healthiest Ferrari. He's been to the shop a bunch of times, okay? But he's still driving good. And when he's driving good, he could race faster than anybody else. So that's what I'm trying to say, all right? I'm not trying to say you think he broken down. He ain't broken down yet. That's what I'm trying to say, all right? Just play that. He's gonna have a 50-point game this year. He is. Is no doubt.
It'll probably be against one of the back-to-backs. It'll probably be against the Spurs or one of the lower teams like he likes to play against.
Sure. Don't be like that. Spurs are good this year. We got Wembanyama. That's a good match.
I mean, he got 50 versus Wembanyama last year.
I get that. You could say that about Denver. You can't say that about San Antonio. He's not afraid to play against Wemby. I'm just saying. He's not afraid. He's not going to be afraid to play against Washington. Yeah. He's not going to be afraid to play against any of these big teams. And
that's where his 50-point games came from.
And that's great. But that's great. But Phil, you have to also understand that Wemby is starting to. You're on the same level. You know what I mean? Like people are expecting you to win that game. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't matter if he puts up 50, that you have to stop that. You know what I mean? And to your point, he's a broken down truck. He shouldn't hit 50 against Wemby. A defensive player of the year candidate who should have been defensive player of the year last year. I'm just saying. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, I mean, of course he's still one of the top like 10 players, top 5.
That's all I'm saying. Because when we say broken down, he does. He has a lot of mileage. But what I'm saying, when we say broken down, we don't even count him as like sometimes people don't even think he's like top 10. You know what I mean? And that's mind blowing.
Well, you know, he's top 10. He's just
when he's healthy. When he's healthy, he's there.
But I don't know when he'll be like. I don't think he'll ever be like fully healthy.
Okay. I got that.
Just because
you're saying okay.
I know, for the rest of his career, to be honest, just because we've seen how much torture his body's been through and all the stuff that we've seen him react to certain things, and him missing back-to-backs for I don't know how long, and him purposely missing games so he doesn't win awards to be healthy for the playoffs.
Because he's purposely putting him through that, bro. Realistically, this is what's happening. He's at the bar, and the NBA is saying, you got to drink all these drinks to be the MVP of this bar, okay? And Joel Embiid's like, I'm a great drinker, right? But I think I've had a little too much to drink. And then he throws up. You know what I'm saying? That's what he gets injured, all right? I'm saying if he watches himself, I like this thing. I'm just saying. I want to see how Joel Embiid responds this year because realistically, this year might be the key to lasting 3 or 4 more years in this league. Could it be? Could it be a key? Could he use it? I'm just saying.
Hey, we'll find out.
Let's get it. Next team.
We'll talk about your team.
Oh, Jesus.
So we have some drama to go over before we get into the offseason.
Ain't no drama.
So there was a preseason game between the Minnesota Timberwolves and New York Knicks, who recently just completed a trade involving Karl Anthony Towns, Julius Randle, and Dante DiVincenzo. So Dante DiVincenzo was on the free throw line. He was talking to someone on the Knicks bench.
Debs, talking.
And words and phrases were exchanged post game as well. He and Rick Brunson, Jalen Brunson's dad, also exchanged some words. So, what do we think happened in those exchanges? Saying, "Oh, that's what they let you run the show, Tibbs, etc." Was it just playful banter? Was it shit talking, or was it something personal? Because Dante DiVincenzo was kicked out of the Villanova before.
Oh, we're gonna bring that up.
Yeah.
We're gonna bring that up. We're gonna bring up disciplinary in college. That's what we're gonna bring up. Only a Celtics fan would do this. All right, let's get it. All right, this is nothing.
That's what everyone's saying.
Yeah, I get that because everyone, not you, Phil. Everyone, not you. You watch the game of basketball, okay? Do you not? Is it not a brotherly sport?
Yep.
Okay, my point. So what I'm saying is like this was nothing but a brotherly spat. It's happening in the preseason. It's going to be highlighted when they play in the regular season. You know what I mean? Like it's a big storyline. Donte DiVincenzo should not really have been traded. No offense, I don't mean to be like that, but as a Knicks fan, it hurt us a little bit when he was traded because we questioned the trade. And realistically, I mean, on the incident alone, let me just say this. I don't think it was really anything. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like they're not friends anymore from this point. I mean, we'll yet to be seen. You know what I mean? But him and Brunson's dad and Donte DiVincenzo have a relationship like no other. He believed in him when he was at Villanova. You know what I mean? And I'm personally on the Villanova thing. Let me just address this. People in college are young and immature. They melded as a team. They're allowed to, you know what I mean, say whatever they want. We have free speech for a reason. It's not like anyone threw any punches. But, I mean, it's crazy to think that, like don't get me wrong, it happened. And this never really happened. So maybe that's why people are, like reacting to it the way they're reacting to it. But, I don't know. It's just it's crazy. It's crazy. I don't know. What did you think about the situation? I don't have anything to say other than it's crazy, and I think it's a brotherly spat.
Hey, over exaggerated NBA. Play this every single Knicks or Timberwolves game. Just get the engagement going up. Just because it's good for the game. More rivalries, more stakes on the line whenever teams play, and I think they're definitely going to amp this up when the.
What if they met in the finals
at every home?
What if they met in the finals?
Even better. As for the situation, I mean, Rick Brunson obviously is one of the coaching staff members on the Knicks, which his son plays for, Jalen Brunson.
Sure.
And obviously, if you had to make they had to make some type of move to help upgrade their team, just because I think
at the center position, no doubt,
at the center / big man position, and Donte DiVincenzo, which is one of the casualties. If you had to kick out someone out of that Nova core. Mikal Bridges, you just got, so you can't move him. Josh Hart, he's one of your Swiss Army knives. Jalen Brunson's the best player on the team. Donte DiVincenzo was the odd man out.
I love that. But hear me out on this. DiVincenzo is better than Hart, realistically. I love Josh Hart. He's an amazing guy. Realistically, as a Knicks fan, it would be Josh. I was thinking about it. Josh Hart would be coming off the bench, no doubt about it, because he'd want to come off the bench. And that's a fact. Yeah, I don't mean to be like that, but he really he's that kind of guy that he's like, I don't need to start. And I think realistically, DiVincenzo had the hotter hand, even though Josh Hart's heart played out last year in the playoffs. I'm not going to say it didn't. I love Josh Hart. I'm not trying to talk bad about him. I'm just saying that realistically, Donte DiVincenzo wasn't sitting yet. You know what I mean? And they traded him, and that's where the speculation's going. And I think honestly, Donte DiVincenzo is going to be big for Minnesota. I know I wasn't here last week when we talked about the Western Conference, but that would be my big thing. He's going to be huge for Minnesota. Wait until he catches fire. Oh my God.
Honestly, I would rather have Josh Hart over Donte DiVincenzo personally, just because I think Josh Hart does a lot more things than Donte DiVincenzo. Josh Hart he can rebound, he can defend, he can somewhat shoot. That. I just think if you want scoring, you go with Donte DiVincenzo, but if you want everything else, defensive rebounding, heart, hustle, you go with Josh Hart.
I get that.
I would rather have that on my team, personally.
I don't mean to be like that, but Cat better not get hurt. And, Brunson can do whatever the hell he wants. But, the Cat better not get hurt. I'm being honest with you. Because, no offense, if we need 3-point shooting at a point and we don't have 3-point shooting, that's going to be a problem. I'm just saying. For the Knicks. It's going to. You want to talk about their biggest problem? It's health to their center. And, Phil, we low-key talked about this behind the scenes, but you've told me Cat is looked at as soft, and I'm not trying to say I look at him that way, but he better not be. You know what I mean? So that's New
York. He better not be.
He better not be. I don't mean to be like that. It's just I like that we got Mikal Bridges though, and I think he'll do well. I can't wait to see how he blends in with this team, and it's going to be interesting. I don't know. Well, what do you think? Anything else on the Knicks before we move on?
How do you feel that they have the third highest odds to win a championship?
I'm excited, but that means nothing to me. Do you know what I mean? I'm excited, but that means nothing to me. They're gonna go as far as Brunson and Cat take them. So,
is Cat the second best player on this team?
I don't know. I don't know how they're gonna do that offensively wise, but I think he's more versatile than the other players.
Yeah, I think Cat will give you at least 20, 21 plus.
But that's what Julius Randle would have done. So I mean, and we weren't even looking at him to be number 2. We were looking at him to be a third option to a point. So it's realistically how the ball moves. And like this team could struggle at the gate. Like we could be like third, but we could struggle. This is New York. You know what I mean? Like this isn't like I'm not trying to say we're going to struggle. I'm just saying if the chemistry doesn't work and Cat's looked at as soft, how did Dwight Howard look when Kobe, stressing him out? You know what I mean? It's chemistry. It's hard with people. You know what I mean? It's hard to mesh with people. So I got to see it before, it happens. I don't want to jump to conclusions, but let's talk about the Boston Celtics. Sorry about that. Too much time on the Knicks.
Okay, so your NBA. Oh, good. That's why we skipped or not talked about some other teams because they weren't like not much to talk about. So
I hear that.
Let's see. So let's talk about your defending, reigning NBA championship defending Boston
Whatever. How many
Celtics
times are you
from
gonna say it?
last
How many
previous
times are you
year.
gonna say it?
Until it's not true anymore. So
Okay, gotcha.
So the Celtics obviously they didn't make too many moves just because they wanted to keep their championship roster intact. They did draft someone that I liked personally, Baylor Shireman. He's a very good shot creator and shooter, someone that the Celtics need off the bench, and he's basically a different version of Sam Hauser, which I like. So creativity and 3-point shooting is something that's always good in my book, and Baylor adds just that. Kristaps Porzingis is set to miss some time in the beginning of the season because injury prone as well. So we'll see how that goes. But I mean, I see them still being a dominant team in the NBA and definitely has a great chance of repeating. So
do you see Ron Harper getting any time?
Honestly, maybe not. I think he might be one of those guys who gets demoted to the G League just because they have so many. They have like a set rotation
That's
already
insane,
in Boston,
though.
like
That's
eight or nine
insane, though,
moves. So
Ron Harper is
they
going
already
to be
have
that
a
guy,
set
though. I'm telling you.
I mean,
you watched him? I've watched him at Rutgers. He's that guy. Like, he really is.
he's someone willing to develop. Absolutely.
He is like a PJ Washington. I'm not saying he's as good as PJ Washington. I'm saying he's a defensive asset that then if he develops into something, he's going to be that kind of guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and also like it was a
he's
very,
great
very
defensively.
interesting. It's very, very interesting summer for Boston as well. Jason Tatum was obviously getting a lot of criticism for the Olympics, not winning Finals MVP. So yeah, he did win a gold medal. So yeah, there's obviously a lot of things that the Celtics still have to prove as well. Coming off of a championship, is Jason Tatum really that guy? Can Jaylen Brown continue being consistent, et cetera, et cetera? So yeah, they still have a lot to prove, even though they just won a championship. So expect an even hungrier Celtics team coming out the gates.
Phil, can I stop you for a second real quick? Just talk about Jason Tatum. Like, as much as this guy irritates the crap out of me, I've watched him every single year, and every single year he's gotten progressively better. Like he does irritate the crap out of you. Like, should he have been more in this Olympics? Sure. You know what I mean? Is in 4 years, is he not going to be the captain of that team? Absolutely. You know what I mean? So it's just like he gets a lot of criticism and he gets paid a lot of money, and he played against LeBron early in his career, and I think that's why people have expectations for him. But I just think that if Jason Tatum consistently tries to work at his game, in 2 years he might be that guy. I don't know. You never know. You know, like he really is that close to being that guy. And
yeah, I mean,
he's getting a lot of criticism, but
he's been working on his jump shot mechanics this past summer. It's looking a lot better than last year. So definitely some improvement on the way.
And it's just honestly
year,
for
his
me,
jump shot was.
Well, yeah, it was whatever. But like realistically, for me, it's not even the jump shot. It's the confidence. It's the Jaylen Brown kind of had that this year. He stepped in holes where like, oh, okay, we're not producing. I'll score. You know what I mean? And like he just took over. And I think that's what people want on Jason Tatum. And I think his confidence is growing. Yeah. But go ahead.
Yeah, I think a lot of it was actually his shooting from last year, just because he's not afraid to shoot. We've seen this.
Okay,
it was just the execution, because most of the games he was leading in shot attempts, et cetera, but it was always the field goal percentage not being there, just because he wasn't able to knock down the shot. There was a hitch in his shot, so he went in the lab this summer. He maneuvered his jump shot around, made it a nice, smoother, quicker release. So if the one thing about Jason Tatum was always like efficiency and consistency with the jump shot, because we know he can attack the basket. He's great at it. He can facilitate. He can rebound. He can defend. But the only thing that's been declining like the last 2 years was his jump shot, and now it looks like it's like sort of fixed. So
no, but he's human, and he's human, and when he misses, I think that gets to him. I don't mean to be like that. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
I get he's confident, but we haven't seen that yet. You know what I mean? Like we haven't seen Jason Tatum take over. I think he's doing great. Did he have 50 points last year? Did we have 50 points last year? We've seen it here and there.
He had 50
but
points against the Sixers in Game 7. That's a hell of a moment.
That was bad in the regular season, Phil. When
in the playoffs.
All we needed was that one thing. Oh, in the playoffs. That should have counted, by the way. Yeah. We had a little parlay. It was
a second round. But we did hit an NBA season ticket last year, so I'm happy.
Yeah, but I would have hit 2. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, I don't mean to be like that, but Jason Tatum, if you could work on that confidence in the regular season, I don't mean to be like that. But like,
I did say Clay under 50 points. He would not hit one 50-point game,
and he didn't. So good for you.
Yeah. So yeah, I just expect different tenacity for our Celtics this year because everyone knows the target's gonna be on their back because they're defending champions. So I'm excited to see how they defend their throne.
Nice. It'll be interesting.
Yep.
Someone hasn't done it in like 7 years, right?
Yep, 6-7 years, no repeat.
Okay, cool.
Nope.
Interesting.
So yeah. So we're at the end of the show. So we're basically going to do a quick exercise. All the teams we just talked about, we're going to put them in a tier list, and we're going to tell you exactly how we feel about them and where they're going to go depending on the season. So
facts.
This is going to be its own video, and we're going to upload it, I think, later on in the week. I don't know when, maybe like Saturday or Sunday, but we'll see. So I'm going to do the recording. 3, 2, 1. Yo, welcome back to Ball Central. It's your boys, Phil and John here. We're here to give you our outlook on the Eastern Conference with a quick tier list on these 15 Eastern Conference teams. So, hey, if you're new here, make sure you like the video, comment down below, subscribe, and put a notification so you know we upload. And let us know how you see these Eastern teams finishing out this year. So, hey, I'm going to pull this up so we can get started. John, how are you feeling about the East this year as a whole?
Feeling great. Feeling like I'm loving it. I'm excited. Hopefully. Yep. Hopefully it all works out.
Okay, so I'm just going to...
I'm sorry I missed last week's video.
So...
I'm excited to do these stuff.
All good. Life happens and stuff like that.
Facts.
So the 5 categories we're breaking these 15 teams into for the East: title contender, deep playoff threat, playoff caliber team, play-in, and you should be tanking. So is there easy ones we want to get out the way, John?
Yep. Washington tanking. They need another star.
I agree.
You can't do it all alone with Star. So Star better produce though.
Honestly, we could probably put Brooklyn there too.
Sure. Well, yeah, we needed one more category for underdog. But yeah, I hear you. Or like you know what I mean? Like yeah, we put Brooklyn tanking though. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Maybe playing would be more the underdog. But I hear you.
Yeah, I don't believe so.
Title contender will go Boston. We'll go Boston.
Boston. Okay. I think we should put the Knicks there too. I think we should have like 2 to 3 title, maybe 2 or 3.
Maybe another one too. Like I don't want to say the 76ers, but I would. All right, let's put Milwaukee because that's where
it's between these. Who do you believe have a better title? Yeah.
For right. Well, the Giannis said if I don't win a championship, I don't want to be traded. So
yeah. So I think Philly should be deep playoff threat. Well, yeah. Out of
you can put Philly up there if you wanted. You can put Philly there if you wanted, or I would honestly put the Pacers there too. I mean, it's either the Pacers or the 76ers. It doesn't matter for me because they're a young squad that could compete. You know what I mean? So I think they'll be deep.
Play-in team, right?
Do you think Trae Young is going to be traded or not, though?
I don't think until next year.
Okay, so
I think the Hawks should be teetering on play-in. Right.
Playing, yeah, that's what I was saying. Yeah, because you can't they can't take with Trae Young.
So the play-in is 8, 9, and 10. So it's 4 teams. So I think the Raptors should be around the play-in margin.
Sure.
Okay, so 2 more teams you believe should be play-ins. Probably the.
Hold on. Let's go playoff team and let's go Magic.
Yep, I agree with you there. And we can always just switch this around when after we place everything as well. It's not finalized.
Okay. Do we believe in Chicago whatsoever?
I think there'll be more play-in.
Really? I don't. Hold on.
Actually, because
I think they're tanking. I think they're tanking. I don't mean to be like that.
I can see that for now.
Okay, just let's hear me with it. Chicago or Cleveland probably playoff team, or I don't know.
Yeah, they're good enough to be playoff. I agree.
And then I think you can debate on those two, but
I mean,
I believe in
team last year.
Yeah, so that's why I think I would say them for playing team, but and like until they lose Jimmy Butler or Bam, that's when they become tanking. And then the Pistons, I don't think I'll be able to talk you into it, but I think they should be a playing team. Remember this moment though, because they might be a playoff team. They might be.
Honestly,
give it to Detroit. That's right, baby.
I think they're
in Detroit. Everything's getting better in Detroit.
Yeah, because they're better than the Wizards. I like them over the Nets. Yeah, I can see that.
It's crazy. It's crazy how I talked you into that. That's awesome. Because gonna watch this back and be like, what?
Yeah, because if you see the bottom tier teams, Zach LaVine is probably going to be gone in Chicago, so they'll have no one left but Vucevic. The Hornets, yikes. The Nets and the Wizards, yikes as well. So, I mean, yeah, Caden Cunningham, Jaden Ivey, Jalen Duren, they all got another year under their belt.
If you could say one team from tanking to playing, who do you think that one team is going to be, though, out of those four?
I'd probably say Charlotte.
I might go Wizards. Because I think they'll suck, but Star needs to be good. You know what I mean? I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I think I could be wrong. Hopefully I'm not. He's French, but it is what it is. Also, I think the Pistons could tank, but it is what it is.
Yeah, I feel like they're teetering between playing and tank, but I think they could possibly pull in a play-in job because the 10th seed.
Yeah, I like this a lot.
The Pistons.
I like the Knicks in the middle too. You see that? The Knicks in the middle.
Yep,
that's how it should be.
So, is there anything you want to move, or are we satisfied with this?
Yeah, move the Celtics to the other side and move the Bucks to the other side because the Celtics, I don't be like that. Maybe you're not gonna do that, but
are they still a title contender?
No, they're still a title contender. I'm just saying you're first. So you're really, I mean, you won the title, so you can be first. But you want to be first?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Got you. Sorry. My bad. No, I like this stuff. You like this?
Yeah. Deep playoff threats in the East, Sixers and Pacers, I believe so. Magic and Cavaliers still got to prove some stuff. Hawks, Raptors, Heat, and Pistons. Yeah. I like it.
The Knicks better prove themselves too. You better not be. We're calling them title contenders. I swear to God, you better make the playoffs. Could you imagine if they're a playing team?
Imagine. Oof. Okay.
Want to talk about it?
So we're good with it?
Yeah, I'm great with that.
Okay. So, hey, that is our outlook for this season. Everyone going from title contender, playoff threat, playoff caliber team, playing and taking. Let us know if you agree with us down below. Let us know how you feel about each team. Or, hey, feel free to send us your own tier list on our IG or whatever, how you feel about the season. So, hey, thank you for tuning in. Make sure you like and comment down below. Subscribe. Put on notifications so you know when we upload. And with that being said, we'll see you next time on Baller Central. Yeah. So, yeah, that is the episode. Unless we got anything else we want to go over.
Phil, you probably don't want to do this, and this is live, so you could say no. But do you want to play a game? Do you want to play that what do you call it? That like a random generator game? Probably don't want to do that, but I don't know.
What do you mean?
Like you know how we play games and we draft people and we do a lot of other stuff. Do you want to do something like that, or probably not now?
We can do a quick start on a lineup game.
Or no, what do you call it? What is it? Was it grids? Do you want to do a grid?
We can do a quick grid.
Okay, cool. Sorry, I'm just excited for the NBA season. I want to do a grid. Oh.
Okay. I don't have to pull it up right now.
Something simple, something easy. Something simple, something easy.
Let's see. Boom. Yeah. So here's the grid. Okay, so on the top, Kings, Hawks, 5 assists per game, and on the left, Bucks, 1,500 points in a season, and top 10 draft pick on the left.
Damn. Okay, cool.
So, where do we want to start?
Was Buddy Hield ever on the Bucks?
No.
Damn it.
Let's see. I'm trying to think of someone that was Costa Kuf. No.
Top 10 draft pick that was on the Kings was Cousins. DeMarcus Cousins.
Works out. I'm going to go 1,500 points in a season. Kings. I'm going to go Fox.
Okay. 1,500 points in a season and go Joe Johnson. Hawks. Sorry about it. Yep.
Oh, there you go. Okay. Let's see. I think Oscar Robertson played for the Bucks and the Kings.
Yeah, he did. He did.
There we go. What you got?
1,500 points and 5 assists per season. Let's go Trae Young. Trae Young, has he done that yet?
I hope so. Yep, easy. Let's see. Top 10 draft pick, 5 assists per game in a season. I'm gonna go Curry. What? No, he wasn't top. Was he top 10 pick?
Yeah, he was. No, he wasn't. I don't think he was.
No, I'm gonna go LeBron.
Nice. 1 overall. Good for you.
Yep.
And only 4% of the people have ever guessed that. That's nice. I'm gonna go Hawks top 10 pick, Al Horford.
Here you go.
Thank you very much.
Hawks and Buck. Let's see. I'm gonna go Herter. I'm trying to think. Not Bobby Portis. Not Capella. Not Pau Gasol. Marc Gasol. Brooke Lopez. Was Robin Lopez a Hawk?
He might have been.
I'm gonna say Robin Lopez. I could be wrong though. I probably am wrong, but hey. Nope. Yep.
I got 5 assists a game for sure. Or unless you want to try the Bucks other one.
Whatever you want to.
I will go Bucks Hawks. I'll go Kyle Korver.
Oh, you're right.
Sorry about it.
Yeah. Okay. So 5 assists per game, and for the Milwaukee Bucks.
I got some.
You got it.
Brandon Jennings.
Oh, that could be
A way old name. Hopefully, get like a 3%er or something. 4. Fuck.
So yeah, that's our grid.
That's
nice.
What's up. It's good grid.
Good. Nice little exercise to get us back in the movement of things.
Oh yeah.
So, last word before I head out.
Last word, especially pertaining to the NBA. Trying to think about it. I want to think so much about football. Celtics Knicks, start of the season. I'm very excited for that game. Phil, any predictions yet?
Oh yeah, Celtics win, of course.
Really? Celtics win. How many points does Jason Tatum have? Put together parlay. What's up?
Ooh, I think I have at least 25.
Okay, so 20 at least. All right.
You're trying to get.
I'm trying to get some money. Okay, I don't even feel like that, but all right. No, realistically, I'm excited for that game too. I think realistically the Knicks are going to win that game. We're very you know what I mean? They don't know who we are yet. You know what I mean? We know who they are. We've seen their tape. They won a championship. Congratulate. They're going to raise the banner in front of us, and then we're going to see what's up. All right. So they're playing in Boston, right?
Yep.
Of course you are. In the fake ass garden. But whatever. I don't want to talk about it. It is what it is, and I'm happy for you. I just want to say that as a Knicks fan to a Celtics fan, I'm happy that you won another championship that you can, hold over the NBA. That's so nice. for us. But it's going to be a good year, and I'm excited to do the pod with you and Elijah, and maybe some other people coming on, some interns, maybe some, I don't know, whatever.
Yep.
But it's going to be fun to talk basketball. I feel like we got into it a little bit today, and I think with our analysis, we should defend players or ideas or whatever, you know what I mean? And I'm excited to do that. So let's get it, Phil. What do you got to say?
For me, hey, NBA season is right around the corner. Next week, the season starts. I think we'll be going live for NFL for during the Celtics and Knicks game. So we'll be keeping our eye on that game while we do the NFL pod. So if you want to tune in, get our somewhat instant reactions for that game as well, feel free to tune in. But next week we will not be having a live next Thursday. What we'll be doing is after the live on Tuesday, we'll be recording a quick thing so we can upload it on Thursday. It will be our predictions and basically for like playoffs, awards, etc., etc. So if you want to know how we think this season is going to go this upcoming year, feel free to tune in. It'll probably be uploaded like at Thursday around 5 or 6 because usually when the live goes up. So make sure you tune into that. It'll basically be awards, standings, NBA champion picks as well. So make sure you stay tuned in. We'll make sure to get that out. So everything you see on Thursday is before the season starts. So Tuesday night. So just a heads up. So no, biased picks or like we seen like NBA footage, actual regular season NBA footage, after. So if you see us record a video or upload a video on Thursday, it is a pre-recorded video, not a live. So just a heads up. So hey,
Phil, who are you picking to win the championship? Celtics.
I mean, it's obvious, right?
I mean, I don't mean to be like that, but like, nothing will come out. You're already picking the Celtics to win it all again. I see you. I see where this is going.
Hey.
We going Jet. Is Tatum win the MVP this year?
No.
Okay. All right. You'll have to stay tuned for that. Let's get it.
Yeah. So hey, thank you for tuning in. Decided to talk more basketball with John in NFL moving forward. Excited to see where the season takes us. And make sure you like and comment down below. Subscribe, put notifications so you know when we go live or upload videos. Make sure you check out all the audio platforms where we download the audio right after the lives. Follow us on our socials so you get up to date on everything and see our content as well. We do a lot of random stuff like filters, reactions, and stuff like that. So, and recaps. So make sure you tune in. So with that being said, from me to John, thank you for tuning in, and we will see you Tuesday for NFL. Deuces.
Hey. Look, this sacred days are coming soon. I'm just tired of waiting. And tears falling in my prayers. I've been crying for patience. I'm scarred. I gotta live the rest of my life with abrasions. You can't convince me that time isn't wasting. I feel like Hamilton the way I've been writing these pages. So you can call me, but you best be on time with the payments. So you can turn this off if you don't like what I'm saying. Or if these lines are too basic. Just know my life getting crazy. Times is getting harder, that could really spark an artist. And I ain't giving up for nothing, I just try my hardest. I say a prayer for the ones departed. A cold world, I just want to show how pure my heart is. But I see the comments, stories going around about the kid, but I'm so timeless, bad energy can't get to me. I'm the reason why we like this, allegedly. But once I see the best from you, that's when you get the best from me. I'm here for your elevation, success ain't a destination. Ain't looking for reparations, ain't looking for no type of savings. Stack up the rest of my savings, can't get no rest in the basement. Can't even lie to you, baby, time that we spent was amazing. Then I ain't trying to replace you, for you my mind is still racing. I lost a step, but I'm coming back. I used to put my heart all on display, but I'm done with that. Tired of these bonds that pop easier than bubble wrap. In my notes, like a group of sick, you see a bunch of rap. In the studio, I box the beat, is just a punching bag. And for the guys, let them know I love them back. For all of y'all endeavors, I'm wishing you good luck on that. Shout out Q for the beat. This one a groove for the streets. You say you down with me, baby, you gotta prove it to me.